But the nature of a semifinal is that so let's see
Yeah, there
what
is.
our second semifinal will bring.
Yes, it is AstatineEffect versus DavidW, and yet again, the narrative I had for both of these semifinals, I would say old blood versus new blood. And while Squash is definitely not of the quote unquote old school, I would say DavidW most certainly is. And this will the if let's just say if AstatineEffect wins this, that is definitely going to be the changing of the guard, you might say, the storyline where the new blood is overtaking the old and ragged players. Not to say that WW is bad, but that's just the storyline I decided to craft. And it is the same semifinals, first to 11. We can go to the
Does
picks.
this mean that we get the same draft?
No, not really. We have a couple of different venues, but Double Terrace is still there for you. So.
Ooh, love that.
But we'll not have Redwoods, we'll not have Pub, we'll not have Modern and Courtyard. So we'll have a couple of different venues. So we do have High Rise yet again, we'll do have Gallery, Library, Tanien, Aquarium, and Veranda.
Some of those we have seen, some of those we haven't. But our first venue, you've seen it, you probably like it. I don't know. I don't know how I think about it, but we will have a little bit of time to discuss it. In fact, 3:15 is on the clock. We are playing Alice, and let's see Iridium Effect play in our first game of today in 3, 2, 1, playing it. I should have said Iodine, because that is a neighboring element on the table. Either way, look, I've done my research.
I'm not smart enough for jokes like that. I'm sorry. But I'm glad that you're the one that brings the wisdom in these casts.
Scientific method in those little games. Now, the briefcase has been picked up. It will get returned without a fingerprint collected, because fingerprints are, as a matter of fact, off. So, just a little bit of activity. No harm, no foul. We do see that David knows that fingerprints are off because he doesn't pay any attention to it either. And I don't think I hate it too much. Especially now as the bug comes onto the scene.
Oh, that was just that was a clean bug. I don't think that was at all seen. Taking a look from the sniper's perspective.
It definitely hasn't been watched, I think.
Oh, now we get a highlight for this though.
Hasn't quite been noticed much. Green test on the seduce. Unfortunately, our seduction target will bail. It's a 0% green, everything like we like. The book has been put in back correctly. We don't have to worry about mission for the time being. And yeah, 130 on the clock. A bug in our hands. Well, out of our hands, I'd say.
Oh, and a green purloin. Like banana bread. It's gonna be mission with call down.
We are the only highlight of the party. The list has been taken. Do you know your fates, David? You do know your fate. And Polonian Effect will...
Polonian Effect does not survive the shot from DavidW, unfortunately. I want to see this highlight again. I wonder if that was just for the path or potential for the potential flirt there. I wonder.
That was a highlight for being the spy.
Why wouldn't we do that more often? That would be nice. Anyways.
See, I always tell people to highlight the spy, but not everyone understands it. I don't know why they choose not to. But either way, DavidW. Let's see Dad play some spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Now, I know that David has a little bit of a weird spy playstyle, in that he actually has a spy playstyle. Usually people do have their tendencies in what they want to do, but they don't really have like a big, things that they are known for. I personally know David for some very interesting decisions regarding Banana Bread, and I'm really hoping to see if any of them will happen today and if they will work on Iridium effect. I said Iridium again, god dang it.
Are you gonna go down for the periodic table and just
No, if I went down, that would be Tennessee effect, and I'm not sure if Astatine is from Tennessee, so
I mean, he is from America, so could be.
that's rad. Onward, David. Now, gonna take the drink. Not gonna take the list, because that would be very suspicious. And have to point out, both spies have chosen to take fingerprints off the tables. I believe Ethan has been the only spy so far. Do something else. In fact, he cut off inspects, I believe. And well, he also lost, so, results-based analysis. Just fingerprint. Maybe the
Also, yeah, but also result-based analysis quite a lot of times is going to be wrong. As David has slowed down thus far, no shenanigans with the banana bread, and
David would never slow down. What do you mean?
I mean, maybe he won't, but now right now he is. Minute 14 left. We only have one flirt in hand.
I personally don't think you can grasp flirt. I know that I've never grasped flirt, but that might be a me issue. Either way, a banana bread is going to be white. Unfortunately,
bread.
we will be seen talking. And there have been quite a few people who bailed. Well, as in, one person has bailed. A few lowlights, no real contact highlights, which would have gotten the party down to... To be fair, against David, who is famous for his interesting banana bread decisions, probably not as effective of a strategy.
Purloin comes off. Rather is a green purloin. Let's see how. Okay, so the SDA reject. That's really good. Fake banana just come off. Another two low lights.
Let's go.
Oh, but another ambassador is going. Okay, ambassador rejects.
Let's see you react to this real banana bread highlights now.
Okay.
See, that's how you counter it. That's how you counter the strategies that no sniper is doing anyway.
Okay.
The list is taken.
The fate is seen, and DavidW does get shot. And AstatineEffect levels things out.
I like that the overtime has been like about a second, so kind of could have been seen like Oprah trying to last second Purloin, but unfortunately the fate is seen, the fate is recognized, and that's going to be our tie for Irise.
Yeah.
Onward and upward to the bigger balcony of the three, sorry, the middle child of the family. Astatine is going to be playing a twin. Which twin? I don't know, and I do not care. I'm not Gagi. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
It's only called Twinlight zone. It's not important which twin, right? Oh, we try to go
It's a
for
tournament that bans balcony. Why should I give it respect?
We have 2 other balconies to satisfy your needs.
Okay, but modern is like balcony at home. It doesn't count.
Just like if their parents ask, we want balcony. We have balcony at home, son. Brings modern.
Oh lord. That would ruin the potluck. Either way, the bug has not been successful. This drink take sure was. The second bug attempt will result in an actual bug and no actual highlight and or shot as of yet. So, far as bug goes, 1 out of 2 is not too bad. As long as you get a successful one and you're not...
Okay, now we get highlights out of the blue.
Well, I suppose the bug was in fact seen. that is very unfortunate because now we're shot for talking without any banana bread on the spot. And well, as long as the shot is correct, you know.
Yeah, I think the bug was definitely visible. You could see the animation snap back grabber is definitely seen, and that's enough for DavidW to shoot. Not immediately. Again, there's, if you want to play safe, there's absolutely no need, but it's a very simple shot at the end of the day, relatively to the previous one at least.
Oh, what is he gonna do? Run away from it? Eyes away, David. Now playing as Taft, which has been a weird choice for me for the reasons that I've outlined throughout this cast. Check the first semifinal for it. But first now being in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And Tex is going to be our ambassador, the second fastest character, I believe. Ooh, a lot of bounces and a lot of AI control. Is AstatineEffect famous for his path invites?
AstatineEffect is, I would say, not really. He's, he definitely knows the gist of it, but guess he's not as good as, let's just say, probably Ethan on applying it, because quite a few players know pathing, etc. But they're all just a green swap.
And it's going to be a green. I'm not sure if I like it. I would have liked it more if it was white, I think.
By the sound of your voice, I think you're excited. I think you like it.
I am excited, but I do not like it. Oh,
Who's
no,
gonna
that
get
is
cold?
not going to love that shot.
Oh, no one's getting cold yet. Okay, now Teal is going to get cold in.
She's a highlight, so that's something at least.
Okay, we are watching this. Yeah, AstatineEffect very clearly watching the fade, and unfortunately DavidW does not get away with that. Tied again,
Yeah.
2-2.
Unfortunately, Tellurium Effect does know his fades, both on the Purloin and the swap. Now that we figured it out, might as well stop doing those missions. Either way, AstatineEffect now playing as Irish on our third game of Terrace in 3, 2, 1, playing it. You know, you usually pick a venue, well, double a venue, if you have some kind of plan attached to it. We have seen Grash come out with a very, very nice play on his double of Terrace, and I believe that this swap has been David's plan for Terrace, for his double. So I'm a little bit sad that it didn't work.
Sometimes
Also,
all the plan is that I like to play on that venue, but sometimes that's all it is.
Look, as the person who always doubles balcony and proceeds to lose every single game of balcony he has ever played, absolutely. But yeah, I'm actually interested to see if David has anything else prepared for it, because if the first plan did not work, the second plan... Ooh, now I'm not as certain in the success of it. Either way, in the now being, we do have Livermorium. Sorry, no, I'm going south again. Talking about south. Xenon Effect is going to be having a nice little calm game. 2 minutes on the clock. 46% on the flirt. And just calmly waiting for an opportunity for him or someone else to finish the video game. This may just be chemistry class because my co-caster has just fallen asleep. Oh no.
I am not falling asleep. Thank you very much. I'm just captivated by your casting, sir. As would you get a flirt for 72%.
Nah, I think you're gonna be trying harder if you want that to be 72%.
Oh, come on. Can't do me like that.
Not with a flirt like that, bro. That was like a rat test. I'm about to leave. Actually, no, I won't. But it's one of those cases where white test is actually worse than test. Because now you're stuck with me. And with just about a minute to go, not much in terms of progress. 72% on the flirt. No banana bread even in the making yet. I don't think there has been a fake, which is important on this venue in particular.
And the double agent does not incline to join any conversation.
Yeah, but just like throw out a fake with a double agent not in convo. Who the hell cares, right?
Just for the vibes of it, right? Just to show that I can do it. It doesn't matter why.
I mean, just the mere sound of a banana bread going off is enough to goad snipers into shooting. I think taking a perfect banana bread with everyone but the double agent in a conversation is a perfectly acceptable response.
Here's the banana bread, but we still need the third mission.
He's definitely a start. The investor has been moving around much, but I don't think 10 seconds is enough time for us to get a fingerprint set for us. 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds to go. We are gonna go for a bug, and that is actually not that horrible of a bug. If we don't look at the clock or listen to the sound of the ticking noise.
I mean, it was still a desperation bug at the end.
Oh yeah, he definitely still dies for it, but
yeah,
it wasn't too horrible for the
yeah, this isn't that horrible, definitely not, but at the point there literally no one else is doing anything, and you see someone just walk by the ambassador very ominously, and
I like to pretend that this shot was for pathing because ain't no way an AI moves like that.
I mean, feel free to believe whatever you want to believe. I believe that DavidW is up 3-2, and that is correct. As we'll see the final game of Terrace, DavidW as Seek, the name that I cannot spell apparently. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I think if you believe in something that's correct, that's not believing, that's just knowing.
Don't.
By the way, I believe in that. So let's see how David will take it on.
Does the dad believe in you? That's another question.
I know that dad has always got my back.
It's nice to hear.
With a knife prepared. Either way, we are gonna take our first flirt. 34%, not too lucky, but not too horrible. And gonna bide our time as well. Now, Wheels is our ambassador, which is interesting to me. Is there any particular qualities to Wheels that make him a good ambassador?
I'm almost certain that DavidW just randoms his cast. That's something.
No way.
That's something that he's been known for.
See, is that something that you believe in, or?
That's not something I believe in. I definitely played enough versus David to know that and watch David's game where he does that.
That is fair enough. I think if I want to gaslight myself, I can cope by saying that Wheels is pretty small in terms of verticality, which does allow you to get better cover from the party, especially in that back position on the back conversation. But, well, that's definitely coping and not much else. 85% on the flirt in the meantime, not too active of a party for the night. But, you know what? A nice little conversation is sometimes all you need at a party like this.
Yeah. Our seduction target has been quite active, so there is a possibility of us framing them. That could be a possibility. We have been... I think he has completed fingerprints and one set of statues.
What I want is a banana bread for him right now. Unfortunately, it won't happen because we are at the bar. But doing a fake banana bread now is a pretty David thing to do. And Small Moon is already a highlight, so...
Toy spade he shall receive. Here's the fake. It is a white fake.
Banana bread.
White is a little bit unfortunate, but on the other hand, everything is kind of unfortunate because now Smallman is without a banana bread with only 40 seconds to go, which means that we know that Smallman is probably not finishing because that banana bread was
Smallman's going to statues though.
That could have been a bug actually on that movement.
And also has fingerprints. That could be completion even without fake.
A little bit of a shame but he doesn't know anything.
I really don't think he really likes. No.
This is taken by Taft. Let's go.
Oh.
Shot as David goes for the bug. That got there.
Oh.
That got there.
That's actually a sick finish. We send
That's a stick finish. We're playing as him.
Yeah. It's actually that's a nice one. So we send Tav to Perlite, and as we're getting watched, we immediately go for this bug here, and as we, oh yeah, as yeah, I don't think we would have seen, especially if we're zoomed in at this position. Even then, the bug would be quite good at that time, relatively, and yeah. That's still a missed shot from AstatineEffect, and DavidW goes up to 4-2.
One thing I really want to see from this game, while we can, is that banana bread. Did Taft have a banana bread?
Okay, let's see then. At the second, banana bread was fake for Taft, and the first one, he did have a banana bread.
That is good. That is very good. Okay, at least it's a valid shot. But, you know, David, a little bit of a trickster. Gets... which element did I not call yet? Oh, iodine effect. That's the one.
Well, you definitely called that.
Oh, well. And we're not going south. Bismuth effect. Sure, let's go with that. And now he has to go on the ballroom. Because, of course, a pair of good players would play on ballroom. They would never do not that. 4-2 in 3, 2, 1, playing it. So,
Early
I
statues.
don't remember either of those players to be particularly bamboozlable by a swap on those left side statues in quite a way as Ethan got. You know what?
Never mind, we do it.
And there's a swap anyway, so, you know, let's see if the wipe check gets passed. No highlight yet, but David did not highlight immediately for the bugs in the first or second game that he played. And and we do believe for the now being that he did see both of those hardtails. So
I think the longer this passes, the more chance that this got away clean.
I think this is a good opportunity to highlight.
Yes.
Because you're taking the list, right? Well, a drink at least. And it's a fingerprintable drink as well, so... Astatine has progress on enough missions already if he gets all of them done. And, well, not even a highlight yet. So, I think it's safe to assume that David will get off by 1.
We had Dukas cover for that early white swap, and if you don't immediately memorize the statues, that's all it takes sometimes. And AstatineEffect, thus far, it seems, it's not 100% yet sure, since DavidW has shown that he's able to... I guess I was saying he has been able to shoot the shots and not show to the players or the sniper that they know that they did it. But thus far, from all the movements, it seems that we're clear in the clear.
And, you know, the longer you wait with all of this, higher is the chance that your memory will get flooded out by everything else that's happening in the game.
But those are no highlights of any kind.
The longer these highlights are not going on, the more scared I become for David's chances, which I think currently are not that high, frankly. Astatine, obviously, of course, can always try to get a bug out in the open and get shot. That's always an option in the Spy's arsenal, but I definitely believe that we have enough to just go get the briefcase, even not even a statue, because we can also go to the printable statue and just finish there and then, but
no.
A briefcase.
Oh, we don't get a fingerprint. Oh, I thought we're going. Oh, we're going to the statues. I thought we definitely gotta grab a briefcase there because we get.
With the patience, he knew. See, that's why I believed David did not see it. I did not know that.
I think that we should have. after this ring, we should have went for the briefcase, but I think the
Oh,
action priorities
but
here.
also, sitting in that situation, you absolutely have to pick up the briefcase, I believe. So
I think that was just the action priorities here for AstatineEffect. Yet again, the briefcase foils our plans. In the previous game, we accidentally picked up a briefcase to foil our plans
Man,
of a
you
transfer.
pick up the briefcase, you get shot for it. You don't pick up the briefcase, you get shot. What the hell?
I think the lesson of the story is you don't go near briefcases. That's it. They're just deadly. In any case, Alice, DavidW is going to be playing at Alice. Let's see if she avoids briefcases, because thus far have been deathly for every spy. Starting in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Man, the amount of things I get shot for is so annoying. I can't go to the briefcase. I can't bug. I can't swap or purloin because the sniper knows the fade. I can't move because the sniper knows passing. The best way to play this game is just casting matches. I swear.
Maybe. But here we go. Sorry, that took me by surprise. 34% flirt. And we
Didn't
had...
get shot for it, so that's good.
Fair enough. As you said, Helium Effect really needs the win here. Going down 6-2 would not be in his best interest.
See, and now you're also remembering chemistry. That's so good.
I think that you would say you're more mostly metals. The helium is the gas. So, still need to go down the hardness scale.
Astatine is a little bit weird because it's not quite... And I don't think it's necessarily a gas. But what I know for sure is that it's absolutely radioactive, so I think AstatineEffect is actually a radioactive poisoning. Which, I mean, kinda counts because the spy game, the last spy game at least, has definitely been a hot.
I mean, David and Chad for the last game that the swap was definitely suspected and he was just waiting for confirmation.
So, going to a printable statue. No swap, I presume, / hope / plead.
Just would be a interesting move to say the least, but we gotta get full inspect because Irish came to our set and blocked the inspect. So we only have a couple of those inspects with minute 25 left.
When people block my binal inspects and let me eat the highlight for a night.
Yeah. Also, how people block inspect? It's not like they're clutching it to their chest, making it impossible to see. You can still look at them, right?
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, yes. On the other hand, kind of not really. It's weird. What's not weird is a fingerprint of a drink, which does mean that our first mission to be completed is a fingerprint. We don't have a flirt, we don't have a banana bread, and we almost certainly do not have the inspects. However, we may need to move towards either one of those three. Ideally, all three. Even more ideally, we get this bug and don't get shot for it. David knows that he will get shot for that bug, so...
And unfortunately, we had a drink on in that hand, so we couldn't bug at that situation.
Yeah, that's why you helicopter your way out of that one and then just dance and get someone else.
Irish goes again right next to us for the second time during inspects. Could be a suspected flirt track. And there's a green swap yet again.
It will hang the clock. It will give us a little bit of time
unless we go flirt contact here, in which case we will not hang the clock.
A shift on Disney, but Disney is not shot yet. There's a flirt. Flirt finishes the missions.
Okay, and Irish is going for a swap here. She has been suspected quite a bit. Let's see if the fate is visible. The overtime is up, and DavidW does not get away with it. Unfortunately, AstatineEffect correctly finds a shot and brings it back to 5-3.
Of course, it's Irish that goes to the statues. And yet again, it's a swap that's just barely before the beep stop. The clock hangs. I think I would have liked that swap to come off a lot later, just to allow us, but now finish the game, not swap.
Yeah, Irish was... I like how the Irish was called. She moves away from statues and then immediately turns around and goes, I need to swap for Alice. Yeah.
I
And
need to
unfortunately,
go to
there's
the
no one
statues.
to block there. There's no one to block for us at that time. Maybe if we go throw in a banana bread in this position, maybe that would have worked. But of course, hindsight 2020. Still a nice game from David, but it's a better sniper game from AstatineEffect. And this time he's gonna be playing as Spy, as Tex. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
There is no chemical element named after Texas. So that's that.
I mean, there is one called after Einstein, right?
There is, however, a Texas-sized version of balcony, but we're not gonna be playing on that one anymore.
It's just everything's bigger in Texas.
The biggest balcony, I'm telling you.
That's where Tex goes on vacations.
Sounds about right, honestly. Because from what I remember about those modern houses, they are usually in some pretty nice locations.
Oh, green
At
purloin.
least
Pardon to
as the
interrupt.
pictures are telling. And moving away, does David know his face? Because that's the least gun. We are at the briefcase. We
Oh,
are
we
going
were
for
the bug!
Well. The
Oh,
hand snap very much on screen, but can also be confused with the whole briefcase animation.
oh,
Uh,
is it good?
how dead are we? How dead are we is the real question, because David starts taking lowlights.
The snapback is visible, but yeah, we are taking lowlights, so
As in the two of them, and
Yeah,
then we stop. Which,
It
if we
could
know
be-
it's Tex or someone else around there, should be more lowlights, and definitely should not all Harry, because she is the one who took it.
also a thing is that sometimes people just don't highlight. So, for example, if you know that there's only down to 2, you may not need to be those people to watch them. But given the fact we're taking lowlights, I think we're just missed the purloin there.
I mean, David has been pretty stingy with highlights so far, or at least pretty patient with them. He's not given them out immediately after the action happened, which I think is correct in like the gameplay type of sense, because the spy doesn't know what they got highlight for, and well, pulling up the replay and checking what they were highlight for will not immediately result in they saw the bug. So I think it's correct to delay your highlights, but the longer you delay, the more you forget. However, at the very least, Astatine doesn't seem too eager on finishing the games that he started. 2 missions are done. He does get a banana red off, which means there's only 1 mission to go. Or, well, I hope he gets the banana bread off, because if he doesn't, after joining the double agent right there, come on.
Banana bread.
Here's the banana bread.
Thank you. However, 30 seconds to go. You've already bugged. What's your... That's your... Fair enough.
It's the 4th mission, and AstatineEffect doesn't need one. DavidW misshoots. I think the miss on the purloin made him confused, and unfortunately, that's the wrong shot. AstatineEffect pulls back with the 1.
Dazed, and quite possibly bamboozled.
What chemical element does that the most?
I think that's kind of a compound thing. I don't think like pure elements would do a confusion type of. Maybe like francium or technetium, because neither one of them wants to exist in the first place. Technetium is probably the more interesting one of those. Either way, let's not talk about chemistry. Let's talk about SpyParty, because David needs to get back into the video game. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. I've sometimes said that Ballroom does not have 333 on
Oh, that's a bug!
30.
Oh, that's a
shot.
bug. Then that's a shot. I was excited that maybe we got away with that bug, Clay, but unfortunately, we rather did not. And that's just the case that it seems like a good opportunity to do a bug there. Maybe initially, yeah, but we we were definitely looking at the ambassador, and the arm was definitely visible, and that's enough for AstatineEffect to tie the set 5-5, moving away from Ballroom.
And into gallery, which is a nice long boy of a have to banana bread even earlier than you want to, have to flirt even faster than you want to. But for the now being, Astatine seen outside, can time it immediately, but probably will not. I'm actually interested to see what happens. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Some say that Purloin is invisible in this venue and you can never catch it. But that...
Merlin is invisible on every venue. What do you mean? Just ask David.
Okay. He definitely caught that one in the high rise. As we go for statues is inspects here. We're only gonna get one, but that's all you need, as you can get 2 from the other set. And we have quite... And we pick up an early highlight.
We also catch the highlight, which is also the only one, but that's also the only one you need. Now, statue is our back turn to the sniper, which is a prime swap spot. Surely we will not swap before having our...
Yeah, we incline not to. But a couple of times we tried that did not work thus far in this set. And in this specific position, I also would think that it would not work necessarily. Yeah, gallery, a long venue, and the biggest thing, as you mentioned, that the banana bread can be sometimes awfully hard to find and very... What's the best word? Very costly in terms of lowlights. There are only 2 conversation circles.
Where we find ourselves is in the conversation circle, just like our seduction target and double agent. However, not the correct conversation for either of those. That's a little bit unfortunate. On the other hand, that does mean that we are the person who does not. Some people may pay attention. I think David is one of those who actually pays attention to people not doing things compared to people doing things.
Even if you don't do a thing, you still need to do something to at least get an AI shot. 34% on the first flirts with 150 left to go. And I think we're gonna try to go for this fingerprint here. Yes, immediately we're going to get a fingerprint here off the shelf. Now, this is something that has been an AL for AstatineEffect, that DavidW has been able to catch these fingerprints.
Well, we are already highlighted, so we will not have to figure out if we got noticed, because there's no real way to check it except for a shot, which...
Oh, that's just... okay.
Just about happens. I mean, a book in hands that has a fingerprint case, grow up.
Yeah, too aggressive on the fingerprint. I guess also enough circumstantial evidence to say, okay, I think that I would say circumstantial, that's basically saying, I don't like you, you're giving me spy vibes, and you're just you're just finishing 2 soft tells. And if you assume...
I think having 3 missions completed and the book in hand is enough of a bad vibe to afford a shot on 4 out of X.
I mean, Dad agrees with you. It's that's a shot up 6-5, and let's see if DavidW is gonna do any better on the spy side of gallery, playing as Duke in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, that's funny. On the first shot of the game, because you spawn with a drink in hand, you have a drink in hand. It hasn't rendered that you have a drink in hand yet, so you're just stuck in a drink sideways. That's cute.
Yeah, we're just spilling drinks all over. Just absolutely unacceptable. But definitely not worse as taking a book and putting it in the opposite color bookshelf. That's just
heinous. Not on gallery. We didn't paint those bookshelves just for you to make the painting. Come on.
Anyways, 51% flirt. We do. Again, I like that we get flirt nice and early. Oh, I thought we were gonna go straight into the green shelf to just dump it. Would have been actually a nice time since the ambassador's all the way at the front and the attention is most likely there, but DavidW decides not to. He's gonna put the book back where it belongs. In the correct
That
bookshelf,
is known
right?
for being calm and collected. You can just do this and not worry about it much. 240 on the clock.
The only worry is
51.
going to be eventually if you are not able to get 4 missions done and you're gonna time out. Thus far, we haven't seen any timeouts in either of these sets.
Yeah, that's how you know that I'm casting and not playing.
No, they are the. At least Gratian, this set has been a little bit slower. There have been a couple of times that we got to mission 1 cooldown just basically out of a desperation bugger purloin. But at least the previous set, both players were hitting the pedal to the metal. We saw some very quick wins and losses.
But to be fair, David is kind of known for a slower playstyle compared to the rest of the field. And honestly, I think that Crash and Ethan did have slower games as well. It's just that Crash kind of can't let the game delay because of Ethan's playstyle, and they just kind of can. I don't think there has been much in terms of low lighting on the side of Polonium effect, just highlights in B. And shots, of course.
I mean, there is a one low light on to a non-cast member that is tapped. I'm not certain what he did, but maybe something
He was an
extreme.
Amber
True. Okay.
in all of my games. That's enough to not be a spy here, right?
I guess so. Unfortunately, this Dave double agent is not gonna be the general upfront conversation. There is an SDA, which is small man, and we grabbed this green bookcase. I imagine we must now to put this into a blue bookshelf. As we're gonna hopefully gonna finish flirt here.
I mean, we have 78%, so I think a close white is enough. But
We
it
hit
is
a
going
green
to be
nonetheless.
close green instead, so that's nice. What I don't like is that this was our second visit to a bookshelf, and that was a different colored bookshelf. And now we're just straight up finishing the mission.
That doesn't even matter. We're just straight up dead.
It appears that I'm not the only one who noticed that part, so that's good.
Yeah, I think this was a bit tad too slow for whilst the previous games weren't exactly blazing fast, they had at least a path towards this. This I don't see how we ever complete, even if we do finish transfer there. That's the problem. But in any case, we're tied 6-6, and yet more weird balcony, as you put it. Rather weird library, rather.
That's not a weird balcony. What? I mean, it is a balcony in a way, in a sense, I suppose. That's more of a balcony than balcony in a 3, 2, 1, playing it. You know, sometimes I think, why did they let two casters, both of whom don't speak English, into the booth on a semifinals cast? But then I remember that I don't care.
When you're excited, you're going to slur your words anyway, so even a native English speaker is going to be incomprehensible. Incomprehensible, there you go.
I like that you proceeded to slur words immediately after slurring your
See,
words.
that's my point.
That's attack.
That's point proven.
Either way, the seduction target is right next to us. The ambassador is close by. Not anymore. But Toby is actually quite close as well. And offering to us, so that's going to be a Perlin. Hello, Mr. Chipper. When is the update? The white Perlin is our next update, as a matter of fact. Placed his guns, the low lights go off. Actually, I think I quite like the highlight on Disney. going for a green Perlin and then immediately bailing off to do statues on the other side of the map is, I think, a play that Assassination of that would do. So
We hit a white test, so you need to use a white element for the Astatine's name now. Sodium?
Sodium, yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Chlorine is usually yellow, but
It's a yellow gas, I would say. So yeah.
there's a non-zero amount of white elements. Let's be French there. So
Let's not be French, maybe.
what do you have against being French? I'm just being honest.
Anyways, we have to do that pearl. There's only 4 missions on this version of library, so with a contact, and we have the green book in hand. So I imagine the finish is going to be a transfer into a contact. That's definitely more than doable. And I like that we're not rushing this, since it gives us...
I think it's actually going to be a contact into a transfer. Thank you very much.
It's a fake contact first, though. That's interesting.
I do
And the end of
like
red.
fake contact. And so does Astatine because it.
Oh, that's a slip shot! Oh, AstatineEffect with 3 in a row brings it the lead 7-6, and yeah, that's probably just missed the spurline. So I want to see the chain here beforehand. Was there a
That
chain?
Perlin could not have been missed. You saw the lowlights. The Perlin was definitely seen.
So okay, so Duke was nowhere near. Okay, so Duke was nearby when the person took after us. So maybe just thinking, okay, Duke quickly rejected.
Duke was in that conversation with Salmon and us as the list was taken. He was just holding a briefcase in hand.
Oh,
If you don't see the briefcase, which is pretty annoying, it can be looked like he got a green with a briefcase in hand, which is a thing that a spy would do at this level. It's not a good thing to do at this level, but it could work. And that's
Yeah, and if you don't see that potentially, oh yeah, there's a possibility this very moment here. If you don't see that, Duke could have done a green purloin there, so that's a possibility. So not a very bad shot, definitely, but a bit of an unfortunate one because it's not the
so.
correct
Honestly, all I'm saying is that Duke held briefcase in hand, and there.
You cut off a little bit there.
Duke had a briefcase in hand, and he had to be stopped.
Oh yeah, definitely. Briefcase
That's
equals
the real
death.
reason.
Yes, briefcase equals death. We forgot.
So let's see how fast Theft will get shot on this one. 3, 2, 1. Well, it's not a shot, but it is an instant highlights. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
so just
briefcase
we
thing-
don't trust anyone holding the briefcase.
Actually nasty. We get loaded. We get neutraled.
We
get
got
transferred.
purloin. Oh, transfer. And we just get shot.
I think doing the transfer and the microfilm at the same time is a little bit too spy of an you.
True. But yeah, we just unfortunately we timed that a bit wrong, and the laser was definitely right on us as we did that. Even with the green transfer, that animation is unmistakable. And AstatineEffect thus far is on a roll, 4 straights in a row, going up 6-8, and
Actually getting ahead in the game, which means that now he only needs 3 more games to finish the set.
yeah.
I mean, he will have to win all of those games, which means he has to win spy games, which task. But you know what? It's a Veranda. There's a lot of things to do and not much time comparatively. So let's see how he will do it in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
So the only 5 out of 8 venue in this pool at all, in this bracket pool. So Library is a 4 out of 8. Modern, thankfully, is a 4 out of 8. And the Veranda is the only 5 out of 8, which I would say is definitely while still, I'd say sniper favored, it's definitely more balanced than the library 5 if I would say so myself. But definitely more than modern 5 We'll not talk about that disgrace.
Hold up, a caster talking about his personal opinions of things?
Wow.
Get out of here, Astor. I'm already busy doing that.
Wow.
That's my niche on the cast. Astatine, not doing much. Just having a nice chill conversation on the left here. With you.
With me?
Snazzy characters.
We're going for this difficult briefcase here. And we do hit it. Thus far, AstatineEffect's green has been very good. Especially on those difficult prints.
Hold up, Duke with a briefcase in hand. I do not like where this is going.
But thus far, we're not the only ones who have held briefcase. So I think the curse has been slightly diminished.
But I do like that we agree on the fact that the briefcase is difficult.
I mean, we've been getting
wow.
shoved for it a lot, so how could you say it's not?
Briefcases, I swear. Well, yet another conversation with yet again. Just nice chill. Well, discussion. Talk about which one of the SpyParty characters would have the worst takes on modern balance?
Of the SpyParty cast in general?
Yep.
I would say Queen, because she's very stuck in her ways. She's already old-fashioned.
She still thinks that 5 out of 8 is a good variant.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the meantime, we do get a couple of inspects.
I think Smallman would suggest some very silly things. Like 5 out of 8, but make it 10 minutes.
He just wants chaos. That's all he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all he wants.
And bug opportunities. Oh, our seduction target picking up the briefcase. That is a little bit sad.
We have quite a lot of soft-tail progress, and we definitely can still finish, even though we have month 30 left, and no full and complete missions. I would say maybe a time that is warranted. Maybe
I think the 4 out of 8 library has made us too soft, and now we're just gonna time out on a whiplash.
The Veranda, the true hard venue. As we do get a 2 floor, that was massive.
The true hard venue. I like this. This sounds like a sales pitch, and I'm in for it.
I would not be the sales representative of Veranda.
No, like one of those touristy slogans. Aquarium, visit the shark.
You can't shoot it though.
Redwoods, do not. Eyes away, 45 seconds to go.
Here's a banana bread.
Me.
Oh, that's a shot on Seek. Whoa.
Dead. No.
I cannot fathom what Seek could have done to.
I trust David to. No, I trust David to at least believe that Seek can reasonably be done with the mission.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I am going to ask you to spend some time figuring out what has done.
Thus far, basically nothing.
But this development.
Well, he was
sign.
standing at one conversation for 2 minutes, went to the books, and then had a conversation with Real. Stood in another conversation for 2 minutes, had a Real, and that's it.
He does have a reject, and he is going from.
Wait, and he didn't have a briefcase, so that's another thing.
So briefcase is not a thing that you die for. Hold up.
Yeah, breaking all kinds of rules.
God dang it. Either way, David, after not letting his opponent time out, picks up the slowest character on the biggest venue. See if he gets to the promised land. 2, 1, playing it. Well, I counted down from 3, but honestly, we will be counting. That's.
I'll be counting from what? Pardon?
4:30,
Fair enough.
which is our timer at the start of the video game.
Now, timing down from 4:30 before the match doesn't sound like the most appealing prospect.
Yeah, but 4:33, 4:32, 4:31 playing it doesn't quite sound well either. Exactly. That's why we need shortcuts. That's why we call AstatineEffect LED and dead. See, yeah, I still know chemical.
What is the chemical that is, rather, what's the element that is mainly used for rocket fuel? Because thus far, AstatineEffect is shooting up to the moon.
Ooh, I like that SegU. And only needs 2 more games, one of which is a sniper game, which usually people think that sniper games are easier. And not to put any shame on David, but so far I think that may not be correct for Astatine, because in the last few games those sniper shots have been a little bit disheartening for me as a fan of DavidW. As a premier DavidW fan of...
Oh, there's a bug!
Woo! That bug has been absolutely nasty.
Oh, that was excellent. Covered by the pillar.
Is darting here and there, but I don't think we have been seen with that bug. Which is, at the very least, a good start. So that's nothing. But...
4 more missions.
230, 1 mission done.
Oh. And
We are definitely on pace to a timeout, so that's that.
Yes, a green flower on the blue bookshelf placed. But yeah, David is gonna have to pick up the pace, especially considering how much walking you're gonna have to do with the slowest character in the game. Well, technically the second slowest, but barely faster than Orange. Sorry.
Well, the slowest character is right next to us, so that's fine.
Sure.
Gonna put the book back innocently. And yeah,
I think that Pearls at least has an excuse of being very old. Orange Sorry doesn't have that an excuse. Yes, I'm calling her out.
That dress is not necessarily a dress you will be moving fast in, let's be honest. At least I don't think you would be doing that.
I am not a dress scientist. I do not know this at all. In the meantime...
Yeah, and I'm apparently a chemist, so not a dress scientist either. We are gonna go to the statues and gonna eat a well, so we are highlight with 70 to go with 1 inspect. I respect the restraint. We don't need to get 3, we just have to get can get 1 and get the other 2 afterwards.
Minute left. I'm beginning to be very worried for David.
Dad, can we get the banana bread at home at least? I'm not even asking for a good one, just one of your...
We are
Just
getting
so we
good
have
at
something to
Purloin. Because we do request. Unfortunately, Teal takes before us.
Dad, please. Dad. The Purloin is green, but I don't think it helps.
Maybe Inspect Suave into a flirt can be a finish.
I mean, do you believe in that? I don't.
Okay, there's the Purloin, there's a fake banana bread. The list is gone! And the Duke is shot!
He's done it! He's done it again. Dad, I'm sorry I did not.
He did it.
What a gamer. The DavidW banana bread's a silent... sorry, is this soundbite kill?
Interest. Again, I think that's just a bit too quick of a shot this time. Because that's not real banana bread for Duke here either. But that's...
Yes, but that's a fun part, right? At this point of the game, the players will not look
oh
dear. Confirmation on that. At this point, a soundbite is enough to get a shot off, because everyone else in the community does not banana bread twice. It's just David that does very banana breads. And that's a superpower because nobody else does it, and therefore nobody else. And well, keeps him in the game. 2 games off, so down 1 game pair. Which, if he wins the Aquarium games, it should be enough to be in reach for a tie. However, Astatine just needs 2 more, and this is going to be the first one on Aquarium. 3, 2, 1, 0. I should have said playing it, but I said 0 instead. I'm very sorry.
It's fine. We're allowed such things as we do go for delegate. What an early bar rush this though.
We are not gonna get, evicted from the casting booth mid-cast, right?
I hope not. That would be a first.
I would.
Oh, that's a highlight onto us.
I mean, that is a highlight on the whole barrage, to be fair. And we have been a part of the barrage.
But the Smallman has not received a highlight. Neither does Kane.
Smallman would never be suspicious.
And neither did Kane. And the highlight was done after the scent for Smallman. That's what I'm scared for, AstatineEffect.
It would never be a small. What do you mean? People would never just go and pick Smallman 2 games away from winning in the semifinals of an event. What?
Never.
Legend has it: the higher the chances of, the higher the necessity of your win, the less picking Smallman.
Smallman pick is a facade, right? It's just social engineering. In the meantime, we get another flirt for 59% this time.
Yeah, it's absolutely a bait, and we have been bamboozled by the community. Small is actually a good pick. Come on.
Banana bread.
Fake BB.
It's time for me to reverse gaslight. Actually, real BB highlights, OP here. I'm not even certain if that is a real double A, but if it is, and it is, there are only 4 people with an actual banana bread with agent. So just highlighting all of them, including particulate, and as a way to keep track.
Try to go for a bug. Oh, we could have done this right now when the shark was off. The shark provided perfect cover, and we just decided not to do it.
Entirely all too many people over there. And if you delay too much, the sniper will get suspicious, and when the sniper gets suspicious, it's annoying. I believe this slow light means that the bar rush is over. If anything. I mean, the highlight is still on us after the bar rush has been done and dusted, so that's something at least. On the other hand, not much is happening in terms of the, actual, SpyParty happening. There's a few lights on Smallman, who has chased after Sick, which is an ironic reversal of fortunes. But it does allow us to get the flirt off, so that's our second. Just need 2 more. Fingerprint and checks notes bug push.
Let's see, we're gonna go for this bug. Indeed, we just did do it. And DavidW has having none of that. Takes the shot. We were the only highlight in the party anyways. And DavidW brings back within 1. With only 3 maximum venues left in the regulation.
Well, let's see. Still preferring the slower characters. This time around, it's going to be a Sari choice chosen by David. That's exactly how those verbs work with the past tense. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Played it? I don't know.
Yeah.
The investor trying to bug us, but unfortunately we are not the investors. We will. And also he has a drink and a briefcase. That's it. Someone shoots this guy.
Drink and a briefcase. Yeah, just disregard the purple arrow. It's just a social
Never drink and
construct.
briefcase, kids. Never drink and print. Empty conversation turns into a slightly less empty conversation in a to get some flirt progress. Unfortunately, past us and the queen. So, a little bit sad on that front. But on the other hand, that is a lot of people who have been to the bar. Not like that movement in the slightest.
Yeah, bit of a
Oh.
weird redirect, but I think like AstatineEffect doesn't pay as much to paths as Farrell Ethan I think did with previous sets. So
Oh
think,
yeah, I think Ethan definitely shot that.
or maybe
I'm
just a
going
highlight
to-
if he's feeling maybe he's just.
Actually, yeah, this is a good point.
Oh, and
Like-
you love to see this. The
Actually,
the
that's
mind
not-
meld of the
absolutely.
making seduction target come to us.
One of the better feelings in the video game. However, that one flirt are only progress. And we do know how much David likes not to do things, so...
Just, I would say at least at this venue, even if you're playing a slower character, you can definitely complete missions in a rather short amount of time.
It's a lot more compact than Veranda, where... well, first of all, you have to do more stuff. But second of all, to do the things that you have to do, you have to move a lot further.
Oh. I thought we were gonna try to walk alongside shot contact and then leave the conversation, but it's not the case. We do get a banana bread. It is real. We do quite a lot of lowlights from that. Was this like 5 or 6? As we are going to bar.
I mean, honestly, it's hard to figure out at what point do the lowlights stop mattering, right? Because we all love the big swarms of lowlights, but like 4 or 5 lowlights, not necessarily too big of a deal.
Say, yeah,
Unless
with
you're
a
starting
minute-
to try
yeah.
and frame them in the end, which then becomes a very feel-bad situation.
Say maybe the amount of lowlights I think matters as much as how much time there is. So for example, if there's we delegate to Burrows here, who is a highlight. So
And is one
Could
of
be
the
a
slower characters of the party.
yeah, could be a shot as well. But my point is that if there's let's just say there are 5 lowlights at 30 seconds versus 3 minutes, that's definitely different. Here's the purloin. Asking that face, it is not the correct shot. We shoot a sieve instead, and we're all tied up 9-9, heading to the final venue of the regulation set.
I never expected to say this in a semi-final of a tournament, but maybe he should unbind shift.
Maybe you're wrong, but that's a very nice frame. At least that's a very nice send from DavidW. Recognize that Pearls was.
It's never about how many lowlights you have, it's about the highlights that you frame.
Yeah, but that's a very nice frame from David, setting one of the few highlights in the party. One of 3 non-cast members that's a highlight to go for a purloin take. And sometimes that's all it takes. And with that win, we're all tied up 9-9. And what a venue to potentially win it all. It is Tanien. We haven't
And
seen
I haven't
this.
seen a Tanien game in ages, frankly, because I don't think it has been picked in the last cast that I've done of this tournament either. Anyway, 3:30 on the clock, which means that we will start in 3:33, 3:32, 3:31, 3:30 playing it. Yeah, that definitely did not roll off the tongue.
Maybe a little bit more practice. And that's an instant highlights. Hello? No, never mind.
Aw.
I thought that's we were highlight.
Imagine if you just soul read a highlight immediately on the spies. That's gonna be hard.
I was
to
gonna
beat
say
delegations.
that DavidW is taking your advice of just highlighting the spy immediately.
I mean, I'm glad someone's doing it. I've always told you that it's objectively the correct option. But unfortunately for the
Tanien the red.
snipers, they usually don't see those arrows. They only see the yellow one and the
Here's-
purple one.
Here's the real
the gray one.
contact. Only one low light from this.
Well,
Shoji
that
on
is
one
pretty
side, not the ideal setup. It is a bullet, it is a white test.
Oh, Mr. Developer, that's going to be a mistake, and that's going to be a phase that I think was completely on screen.
It definitely was. DavidW shoots AstatineEffect and moves on to match point. 10-9.
One more.
That's the worst way to lose a game. It's just an immediate white test that the fade is immediately on screen.
Well, and now victory has become tantalizingly close for David. Let's see if Tantalum Effect will be able to keep it tight and get us, I think, to a draw, right? 10-10 is overtime time.
Yes, 10-10 is overtime time. And if we get there, we'll explain the format. But we need to get there first to see if we need it. DavidW on the spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I like it when I don't have to count.
Yes, you said the 333 to 32 stuff doesn't roll off the tongue for you, so I decided to help you out.
God, I'm still thinking about it. Almost like it happened just a minute ago.
Quick 51% flirt. Again, the Shoji setup slightly different this time. We have 2 on the bookcase side and 1 on the statue side, rather, the far away one. So
This one is slightly better, but not sure.
the previous one I would agree, because you had a very nice angle where you can basically see everything. And the previous one, we have a real contact, and there's the split. You mentioned.
There's the two.
Oh, unfortunately, Kane is. Oh, that's a green swap.
It's a swap. Why are you swapping? Oh no! Dad, no. Dad, please.
And it's not even a swap where sometimes that you can be behind Shoji and it would be more covered. This time it's not.
Dad, why?
Oh, we can't get called to it. Because Toby was in the area. We're blocking it. Let's see who gets called for it. It's Irish who gets called to it.
The highlight on Irish, but the laser is not.
Yeah, we're not watching it.
We're zooming in on the left. We don't see it.
Yeah,
the swap
statues.
has happened.
Yeah, okay, now the swap has happened.
The statue is different. Was it a green?
Who
Was it a
was it?
white? Did we remember the statues at all? Because who the hell would swap on this situation?
AstatineEffect, I think, currently is calculating, like, what the hell happened here? He's not sure. Oh, this is a...
DavidW is a crown prince of doing dumb stuff that nobody should be able to get away with and getting away with it.
There you go, there's the flirt.
One more.
It doesn't even happen. AstatineEffect takes the shot, and we are headed into overtime. But what a interesting way to go to overtime.
I am so sad.
So, the overtime format as such. So, the players alternate between picking the 12 venues and all. So the previous bands and doubles doesn't matter. It's all singles from now on. They have picked 12 venues, but we'll go through them as they appear. So, because I highly doubt that all 12 venues will be needed. The players...
balcony.
Yes, so as I'm reading the rules, quote, the players now play the venues singled in the order drafted. If at any point either of the players is ahead after completing a game of a venue that was drafted by the other player, that player wins. So, let me clear. So, next up, it is drafted Ballroom. And the person who drafted Ballroom is, let me check the message from Lev, is Astatine. Astatine chose Ballroom. So, if DavidW currently wins the sniper game, that's it. He's won. If Astatine, yes, if AstatineEffect wins this, and then is loses, and then it's tied, then we go on to another venue.
And if Astatine wins both,
He wins as well.
okay, good.
Yes, so either a sweet. So it's DavidW only needs a sniper win to win. I would say only. I say only. This is.
You say only, but I have seen how David sniped on the day, so this is.
Yes, but this is all. But this is quite for all the stakes. So AstatineEffect playing as queen on Ballroom in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Me oh my, the tension.
General joins immediately. Let's go. 51% flirt.
Just,
Oh, come on.
The wrong
Why
one,
do people
unfortunately.
do this to me? I know I wasn't supposed to cast those games, and now I understand why. These selections are all over the place. And all over the place, but not in the actual place that they're supposed to be in.
It's just like that song, looking for love in all the wrong places.
All the wrong places.
We're finally going to close to the seduction target, and it's a white of 34%. But what a situation to be in for AstatineEffect. You have to win a spy, or you're just out of the tournament and not moving to the grand finals. It's quite tension.
The only time I had to play tiebreaks, they were in a very weird format. And it basically resulted in my opponent losing to their own nerves, basically. So I'm actually interested to see how things will go regarding nerves, because has been a pretty tense game, has been a pretty tense set of plays, especially I think that the last game has been particularly weird and could potentially be a pretty mentally straining one on both sides. But honestly, Astatine coming off with a win in that one, I think he might have some momentum, which is probably the more important one. It was a more important thing to care about.
But thus far, definitely seems to slow down at least. This is going to be only our second floor with only minute 25 left. It's a white floor for 59. So a close green will be needed.
And the fake banana red. As general joins the conversation, so probably can take a low light on him as well. David will stay a little bit conservative on that. But
We missed a low light onto Teal as well. Teal was out of conversation, but
yeah, unfortunately, Mom is easy to look over.
yeah, 50 seconds left. I meant we're gonna do this transfer. You kind of have to, and yes, that is correct. So no reaction from David. I currently assume that we are clean with this if we decide to just dump it.
I mean, if we are, is it enough really? I don't think it is.
A flirt purloin into a bug? Or maybe currently we're gonna try to go for a bug here. We do. We do.
And there's
No reaction from David. We do hit green, that's big.
In theory, that's 4. In theory, that is it. We already have the banana bread.
We
We
do
have
request
requested,
per-
we have offered, and that's an Eno reject. We are not trying to do anything. That's a banana bread. We are talking, that's white.
Oh, are we gonna get it off in time? It is! Seconds
There's
of
a beep.
overtime!
Overtime. David, no!
Oh no, it's just the wrong shot! It's all shot to twin! And
And
AstatineEffect
it looked
survives!
like we were lining up on Queen as well. Yikes.
Yeah, at the last, I thought we were lining up on Queen indeed. Like, look at the beforehand, at this very moment. That just seems like a shot onto Queen, but...
Yeah, I was very confused that we were moving to the right the entire time. And then we shoot the person who I don't think was in the conversation for the banner. Dad, why?
Yeah, he definitely wasn't. He was walking here.
On the spy side, I definitely like the adaptation from Astatine, noticing that David seems to be very antsy around the banana breads and letting off a fake before starting to do the silly little things that we have done in that last minute rush. I like that we have done the banana bread and then waited for the reaction from the sniper, and then realizing that he's not shooting anyone, then we're going for the play. Instead of trying to go for the play immediately without the banana bread and getting shot. Um, I think usually you would prefer to go for the last minute rush immediately to not end up in overtime, but because David has been antsy about those banana breads, just going for the banana bread first and then seeing how that works out. Either way, David now on the back foot has to win this one. And
Yeah, but this
presume
is
the
he
next
needs
one
this
too?
win.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so it's 11 to 10 to AstatineEffect. So if AstatineEffect wins this, it's gonna be 12 to 10, and regardless of the previous results, he will be technically ahead on the other person's venue. So to discard that, if AstatineEffect wins this game, he's going to win the set regardless. So that the next game wouldn't be played, so because there's no need. So David W
just gotta
needs
shoot
this.
the tweet.
Yes, so we
Gotta
just
shoot
need
the
this
tweet.
win for
And there's
AstatineEffect.
only the one twin as well. There's no
Yes.
second twin on the venue. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, playing it. I don't know why I'm stressing myself immediately as the game starts. We all know that David will take a little bit of time.
I mean, maybe he doesn't need to take too much time, because the last few Spy games have been definitely a bit too slow, and whilst we were bailed out of a couple of Sif shots, and with that said, with the pressure on, that could happen to AstatineEffect as well.
I mean, it's only a mistake if it gets punished. And so far, there has been a little bit of a lack of punishing for the slow play style. So I think if it works, it works. Got you 2 points already. Might as well keep going.
But we do request, it is a Grim Purloin early on.
Hello, Mr. Checker.
And we were hidden behind the
Banana
pillar
bread.
right side. It is a banana bread as well. The Purloin keeps
Agreed
going
as well.
on. Still hasn't taken.
I'm not sure if I like a standing over.
Sorry rejects as well. I would love to actually just for us to leave.
General.
Oh, this is quite a Purloin chain.
That's 5. Oh boy.
Oh boy, that is tough.
And Boots.
Boots is gonna take now. What's the reaction? Okay, we low light
And, well,
Boots.
Astati knows the fates. He knows the fates. He shot for the fates for 3 games in a row at the start of the set.
Okay, but
So of course we take an immediate low light on Boots because we recognize the green fade. The party is down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah, we're crucially one of the only person who is not a highlight. Interestingly enough, we're neutral lights. I really want. Oh, that's a 34% floor.
4.
That's so unfortunate. We do get a fingerprintable drink.
Down to 3.
Oh, we are lowlits. We are def lowlits.
Crucially, are knocked out.
Yeah. I
Now-
at this point I just want David to try to do stuff, and you need to. I guess you have to
And now
play
the
like.
question becomes, does David remember who the highlights are? Or rather, can David deduce who the highlights are? Because a valid banana bread for either one of those highlights, I think, is enough. Actually, no.
I
the
would
banana
argue
bread
just
already had
try to
sounded.
complete missions at this point. You gotta have to
Oh,
play if you think you got away at that point. You gotta have to play faster and more aggressive.
85?
It is 85, but 35 seconds left. We have to leave. We have to do 8th mission of some sorts.
2 missions, actually.
Yeah.
Inspects, back to flirt.
Yeah, we just
No,
maybe
we're gulping.
fake
There's a
banana.
fake.
Banana bread.
Okay,
There we
General
go.
has now a real BB.
Does Astatine buy into it? No, he does not.
Oh, are we gonna go
10
for?
seconds.
We need to time out.
Briefcase has a print, but we don't get the flirt. We need to bug. 2 seconds.
Oh,
1 second.
that's
Flirt,
no.
no!
Oh dear, David W gets away with the low light at the end, but doesn't have the time to finish. And with that unfortunate timeout, AstatineEffect secures the win and goes off to.
Hold up. We have an extra.
That's because they played an extra one that they didn't need to.
Fair enough. God, I love tournament formats that I understand.
At least someone to understand it for you.
Man.
But yeah,
And,
that's
honestly, I have to say, I don't think that flirt works out even if Salmon stays, because it has a little bit of a wait before it actually comes through.
I just don't like that we sit at this conversation, we timer flirted. At this very point, you just have to play like you're a lowlight. And you got away with it. Because if you didn't get away with it, you're going to get shot doing anything no matter what. And
honestly, it doesn't look too horrible. We definitely need a flirt. We need to flirt, and we need to flirt again. We need to fingerprint, but like a fingerprint is not too bad. I think we had to go to the briefcase, and we had gone to the briefcase at the first possible moment. I think I would have liked a flirt before that, but I don't think it would have been possible because Salmon has been moving between windows and other pads that are not conversation, so he wasn't sitting in one place for long.
I
From
agree.
the outside, I do see how David thought that he had enough time, because he likes to play on a little bit of an edge, timing-wise. Unfortunately, over here, he just falls off the blade instead.
Yeah, that's the risk of the cutting edge, and unfortunately, David W does not walk the line. And with that result, we're gonna have AstatineEffect versus Firelord Ethan in the grand finals, and Grash versus Dave W in the third place match. Depends if that will be BL Blades. But with that, I was Wrestler, and together with me was Yash. Thank everyone for joining.
Sorry, wrong one. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Have fun, everyone. This game is called SpyParty. You can get it on SpyParty.com, I think. Please join the Discord at discord.gg/SpyParty for more tournament announcements, but mostly for just stream announcements to not miss any of the casting done live on this Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SpyPartyFans, official channel, twitch.tv/SpyParty, or literally any of the like 5 or 6 different community member Twitches, which I will not name because this is an official transmission, I think. Yeah, that's it. The finals will be casted sometime in the future. Stay tight for that. They will probably cast it by not me, because we're getting actual good casters in here. And yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for staying with us, and good luck to all involved in the finals. Have fun out there. It's mandatory after all.
Very well.